Greetings my movie geeks, welcome back. Fear Street has come to an end, but does Fear Street 1666 hold up to 1994 and 1978? Does Leigh Janiak stick the landing? If you've watched my last two reviews, you'll know I enjoyed 1994 and I really enjoyed 1978. So let's find out what I thought of Fear Street 1666. As always, if you enjoy these reviews, let me know by subscribing and ringing that bell. Don't know what this is, but I do it every week. Spoilers, as I'll mention some things that are spoilers. Fear Street 1978 ends with Dina replacing the witch Sarah Fier's hand on the rest of her body. By doing this, she gets to have a vision of Sarah Fier's final day in the Union settlement that preceded Shadyside and Sunnyvale back in 1666. Firstly, Fear Street 1666 is a good movie. It finishes off the story set up in Fear Street 1994. We get all of the revelations within the first hour of 1666. Really hard to say. And it's pulled off perfectly, using the actors to portray their ancestors in the Union settlement that will become the areas of Shadyside and Sunnyvale. It's a nice way to know who's who and what's going on. But as we're seeing the colonial life through the eyes of Dina, we see it with the tinge of the 90s. If you're not looking too closely, everything looks as though it's in the realms of historical accuracy. The accents are a bit dodgy, but not too bad. You know, you look past it. I also enjoyed the campfire rave with berry drugs to show that these are teenagers and teenagers haven't changed in 400 years. But the mirroring doesn't stop at the night raves. There's also the tragic love story. Here we have Sarah in love with Hannah, the pastor's daughter. And as said, the characters who are played by who we've already met. Sarah and Hannah are played by Anna Madeira, who plays Dina, and Olivia Scott Welch, who plays Sam. Using the same actors to portray the relationship that is new to us is an extremely clever way to save storytelling time and set up for another romance. We already know Dina and Sam are in love, and in 1666 we're just seeing an extension of this. It's clever and saves us from losing time. But we're in the 1660s, and tolerance between same-sex relationships isn't what it is today, not in the 1990s. And once the first kiss occurs, the whole settlement is plunged into a curse. The fruit is spoiled, the water supply is poisoned, and one of the villagers goes on at a killing spree, the first in Shadyside's history. And it's a good one. It's eye-popping, you could say. The villagers get to the crux of the problem. There's a witch among them, cursing them. The tension builds for Sarah and Hannah as they were seen in the woods, canoodling. And a mixture of fear, jealousy, misogyny turns into a literal witch hunt for the two of them. But Dina discovers, as Sarah did, the witch is not who they think it is. And the satanic spell book has fallen into the wrong hands, as it always seems to. Sarah dies being believed to be the witch. It's not a spoiler because you know she's dead. And that with the loss of her hand, she has cursed the town forevermore. But Dina knows the truth. At this point we got a further Fear Street logo that tells us we're about to enter Fear Street 1994 Part 2. Literally, I applauded, and despite knowing that this section needed finishing, I'd become used to the backstory in 1978 and 1666. But it was great to be back in 1994 again. It was a good year. This is a full-on part 2 to the 1994 segment of the trilogy. It works to full advantage. It does feel like we've been in 1994 this whole time, not just because of the quick release of the films, but because they build on what went before. The use of Dina's blood to attract the undead serial killers, as they did in the first segment. The return to the shopping mall from the clever opening sequence that references Scream. It then goes on to tie everything together from 1978 and 1666 together in a clever finale that has to be seen to appreciate. Throughout the films, we have been given a number of shots and scenes that, as with history, tend to repeat. In the opening of 1978, we see lights outside C. Burnham's house, searching the windows, just going round. This is cleverly repeated in the Camp Nightwing scenes, and then again in 1666. I urge you all to watch them. I may go back and watch them in quick succession, see how good it works together. Like, we've had a week between them, and I may come back with a full spoiler video, as I feel Fear Street has been true to its tagline, a Netflix film trilogy event. It's been a good couple of weeks, and I hope Netflix go forward and do more of this, more like this at least. As said earlier, I'm giving Fear Street 1666 a good movie rating, which is 4 out of 5. It tied everything together extremely well, and the ending wasn't rushed or forced. If you haven't seen it, get it watched. I'm Nate, the Ultimate Movie Geek. If you've enjoyed this review, please like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when we release our videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.